up, my ducks? It's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. Really excited to share this deck with you today. It's by the fabulous Cilla Conway, and you all know if you watch my channel that I'm a huge fan of Cilla's work ever since the Days of Creation, which I think I reviewed about 5 years ago. It was a deck that was gifted to me from a friend, and absolutely loved the art style, and yeah, very deep and impactful deck. And Cilla actually saw that review and sent me the Shimmering Veil Tarot, which, if you've seen my top 10 decks of all time, this is one of my beloved decks. This is one that I would, grab without a second thought if I had to leave my apartment very, very quickly. It's just incredible, an incredible tarot deck that I cherish. She's responsible for the Byzantine Tarot, Old Gods Tarot, the Intuitive Tarot, and other oracle decks like the Multi-Dimensional Dewas, and the Book of the Dead, which I'm thrilled to say that, I have all of those decks, and they're all decks that I really enjoy using. So Cilla reached out, back end of last year, to say that she was working on an oracle deck called Oracle of the Future, Meditations on a New Paradigm. And I had a look into what this deck was about. I thought it was a very important deck, particularly for our time. It deals with the world in the state that it's in at the moment, but what the world could be like if we changed our focus from money and power and became more, focused on Mother Earth and our environment and how we treat one another, without that sort of bottom line of money and wealth. So it's arrived. I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to do that now with you. And I thought we could take a look at this deck together. The artwork looks to be incredible. It's on landscape. So you do feel like you've got these beautiful portraits, which they are, and that's how Cilla creates her artwork. And yeah, I believe it's split into suits from memory. And we'll have a look at how that is structured in a moment. Let's just break the seal and let's take off the plastic. I love the packaging as well. If you notice Cilla's decks, they're obviously done by the same publisher, because they have this kind of uniform style to them, which has this beautiful, same here with the Shimmering Veil, look, you've got these beautiful silver and on rose petal. So this is a rose petal, nice soft matte finish with this gorgeous metallic hold stamping on it. It says Oracle of the Future, Meditations on a New Paradigm, Cilla Conway. And just look at this, how beautiful is that? Really nice. This is the sides, high quality, really nice high quality. So on the back it says, the Earth is currently demonstrating with all the means at its disposal that we cannot continue on our present course of ignorance, plunder and greed. The Oracle of the Future suggests various ways to access our wisdom and that of the planet, to change the way we think before it's too late. The 110-page book offers a description of each card and suggests how they can be interpreted in your life. See image below. The deck consists of 45 landscape cards split into 5 sections: the world of tomorrow, the liminal realms, where we are now, in between past and future, the different types of consciousness on Earth, quantum physics, and how it will change us in the future, and finally, how we might create a world we can all live in, human and non-human alike. Wow. So yeah, 5 kind of suits or sections, however you want to view that. Look at this. So you can see there's a thumbnail for each of the beautiful artwork here. I love this presentation, and again, very similar in keeping with how Cilla does her deck. So they do look lovely together on a shelf as well. We've got the little book, which is in this, again, rose petal, beautiful. The quality of this is, well, it's what we expect really, because all of Cilla's decks come like this. Her self-published ones anyway. Yeah, so there's lots of information here, but I really like this, suggested interpretations. So there's quite a lot of information for each of the cards in this little book. There, an index at the beginning. Published in 2024, published in London. So we have the other publications. The Day Was a Creation. So these are the decks that I mentioned, going all the way back to, that's 20 years old now for Day Was. Wow. And then Oracle of the Future. I can't even believe that Old Gods Tarot was 2 years ago, and the Book of the Dead was 2 years ago, and that Shimmer and Veil is 4 years old. So here we have our some thoughts here, but then we have our contents page. So heading into the unknown, the kind of where we're at the moment with our planet. Thumbnails of the deck, and then suggested card interpretations, some sample readings, book and video list, and acknowledgements. Heading into the unknown, the Lional Realms. Yeah. So what I think I'm going to do, we've got a nice little lift up ribbon for each side as well. Let's take these out and let's look at the box in more detail. So at the bottom here, it says, the earth will survive in one way or another until the sun burns itself out, although the inhabitants of our miraculous pale blue dot, I love that, will have ceased to exist many aeons prior to that. In the meantime, though, in our own very different ways, we will, no doubt, continue to search the alchemic marriage of body, spirit, and soul. But in that marriage, we must now include the earth and all its inhabitants. Can we manage to do that? Can we grow enough in time, in the time we have? Okay, so that's nicely in shot. So the first section that we're looking at is section 1. So each section will have a number and then a 0.1, 0.2, etc. All the way through the 45 cards. So when we get to the second suit, if you like, it will be 211 because it will carry on in numbers. So this first suit is the world, kind of like the world in peril, if you like, and it's called Tomorrow's World. So here we see our planet, but it's not a healthy planet. It's not the blue pearl dot, pale blue dot, as Cilla described it. You know, you don't see that beautiful greens and blues. And this suit looks squarely at the issues we face now. And for instance, the Earth, and how it's experiencing pollution, the refugee crisis that we're having, people being displaced, climate change, and the 6th mass extinction. So here's our planet. Can you see this almost looks like Gaia represented, trapped in this decay. I don't know if anybody else can see that, but I clearly see like a face here. It's quite powerful. In fact, I see lots of images, but then my brain always does that. But you'll have to let me know if you could see that. So this is the Earth in Peril, as you can see, and you do get the description on the card. This is a really interesting image, isn't it? And it's power and greed, but look what it's doing to the world around us. You know, it's ironic, isn't it, that people, or some people, strive for, you know, plenty, for power, for money, and have that greed. But what would it be if we don't have an earth to enjoy it on? The rise of the oceans. Oh, look at this. This aircraft spraying pesticides. The 6th mass extinction. And we've got all this, these animals that have decayed. Powerful images. We have the pollution, so we see these this industrial landscape with these chimneys spewing out pollution into our clean air. Then we have climate change. How climate change is affecting the world around us, extreme weather conditions. So we've got a cyclone here, we've got forest fires, burning sun, storms. Here we have the refugees crammed into a boat. This is very topical at the moment. There's a very controversial measure that's been trying to be pushed through the courts at the moment to deport refugees and asylum seekers to Rwanda. I can't see it ever happening. I hope it never happens. But you know, people leave their homes for a reason, and a good reason. But this is a really, really powerful image. We have the pandemic. And again, you know, we often think about the pandemic as being behind us. We're living with it. But, you know, there's warnings all the time about new pandemics because of the state of the planet. And we have AI, artificial intelligence, and the direction that we're going in with that. And then we have the shadow here. Look at that. A world in darkness. Unbelievable. It's heartbreaking, really, when we think that what we're doing to the planet. Okay, and then we go into the liminal. So Cilla described this as section 2 delves into the liminal realms, the in-between states. Like dusk crossing a river, starting a new course. It's as if we've walked onto a bridge where the end point is hidden in mist, as it's shown here in the image. We can't go back because it isn't possible, but going forward is really scary. If we keep going though, the liminal realms can be a really creative time. For instance, in dreams, books, shamanic journeying, even hallucinogens. So yeah, that's a beautiful description, really. That sometimes it is a leap of faith. It is about walking into the unknown, the unseen, but that's what it requires to bring about change. Is that walk into something that may feel scary, because we don't know what's going to be on the other side. We have that liminal space of sleep and dreaming. Beautiful image. Look at this. Books and reading. The world that books open up. I'm not a brilliant reader in terms of, obviously, I mean, I can read, but in terms of having the time and the concentration to read has always been a struggle. But when I have read books, you know, that world that you enter into, it's escapism. We have creativity to create, whether that's painting or writing or, you know, creating beautiful pieces of music. Meditation. Love me some good meditation. And when you meditate, for me, it's like time stands still. You know, you just pause everything. You hit that pause button and just be present in the moment. Beautiful, really beautiful. Earth awareness. I mean, that's what we need, isn't it? To be aware. Not only what's under our feet and what's all around us as we're out there walking the earth, but what we're doing to it. Noticing those changes that aren't for the better and taking action. Oh, look at this. Shamanic journeying. Whew, this deck, wow. Hallucinogens. And then we have near-death experience. Wow. That's beautiful. Incredible. And then the final card for this suit is Portal to Consciousness. Look at this. That almost glows, doesn't it? How incredible. Wow. All right, so section 3 is consciousness on Earth. And Cilla describes that as, I find this a fascinating area. We have, for so long, considered ourselves superior to animals in every way, particularly in our level of consciousness. But are we really? Sea creatures are now being found to have real awareness, and although they haven't changed the earth to suit themselves, rather fitted into their own environments, does that make them less aware than humankind? I would say just the opposite. And if we think that altering earth environments to suit themselves is a measure of superiority, think of termites who build air-conditioned palaces for themselves, or bacteria and viruses who shape us to suit themselves. It's really interesting, isn't it? So, consciousness on earth. And here we have consciousness. Water creatures. Oh wow, look at this. What a incredible painting. Cilla has to be one of the most talented artists that we have in our community. It's just exceptional. Look at this, land creatures. This is stunning. Oof, wow. Insects and arachnids. It's lovely seeing all the different parts of the ecosystem. Trees, moss, lichen, I should say. We have our fungi, algae, etc., slime molds, all playing a crucial part. Microbes and viruses. Gates of perception. Reframing. Okay, and then we go into the quantum realms. So here, Cilla says, if you have immediately decided that this section, or even the deck, is not for you, have another think. Quantum physics has been challenging every conclusion science has made in the last century, and is now challenging us too, because nothing in these realms can be measured definitively, like the cat that may be alive or dead. You know, that whole story of if a cat's in a box, before you open the box, it's either alive or it's dead. But quantum physics says if you know 5, you can't measure 4 at the same time, in which case you cannot say that 20 is the answer. I love that. In fact, one of the quotes in the book that accompanies the deck talks about quantum mechanics, showed that boring reality doesn't exist and everything is basically magic. Okay, so we have our quantum realms. And again, I'm seeing so many different images within these images. Quantum uncertainty. Quantum particles. Quantum spin. quantum entanglement, quantum coherence, and quantum tunneling. Quantum consciousness. And then we go into the new paradigm, which is the last section. And this is the world that could be. So Cilla says the final section 5 looks at what a new and better paradigm might be. I hope we can create it, because without it we're probably not going to survive very long. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of new initiatives, all with far better philosophies, that hope to introduce systems for more equitable health, wealth, and ways to live on Earth that don't include mining into the deep sea or killing every other living creature on Earth. They all mean we need to become more aware of how we think and how the next generation can survive well, something the corporate culture doesn't care too much about, it seems. Quite a few people have tried, but this needs a deep and concerted effort from us all of the grassroots, you might say. Hey ho, are we aware enough for this? Let's hope so. Okay. So, the last section, a new paradigm. And when you consider from where we're headed to this, I mean, how beautiful. We have birth, life, death, wow, look at this. Oh, what a beautiful card. Children of the future. That's gorgeous. Marriage of the body, soul, and spirit. Unity, consciousness. And then we have reconnection. Look at this. Wow, what a stunningly beautiful, but also powerful and thought-provoking deck. It really is an important deck. It's an important deck for our time. Cilla, wow, this is incredible what you've created. Information about the deck, because I realised I didn't say at the beginning. The deck will be available in the first quarter of 2024. Pre-order discounts will be offered when I know the deck is on its way. Well, now it's on its way. Unfortunately, they now have to come via Cape of Good Hope instead of through the Red Sea. And I will link information about the deck in the descriptions below. But yeah, what an incredible piece of work this is. Incredible. Thank you, Cilla, for sending it to me. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Thank you to everybody for watching. Yeah, I'll be back in the week, no doubt. But until then, go in peace. Namaste, and blessed be.